I am sick and tired of hearing all these Allan saint-maximin rumours that he's going. Keep him at Newcastle United, and this is why. Yeah, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. I don't know about you, but I've heard a lot of rumours, a lot of speculation, probably all summer, and it's kind of intensified over the last couple of days now. I'm not going to say them too much, but a company that talks a lot about sport have mentioned that Allan saint-maximin might be heading towards Saudi Arabia, and that's a different conversation altogether, let's be honest. But I'm sick and tired because this is a player that has been with Newcastle for the last couple of years, and if there's anybody that deserves an opportunity to play in Champions League football in a black and white shirt, it's this man. Because you look at when he first arrived, he was kind of the only real shining light. Him and Callum Wilson as he came a little bit later on, were the only two really shining lights of Newcastle United. And I think if anyone deserves his opportunity to play in Champions League football, then it's him. Now, people will go, well, he's the biggest asset, we can get a lot of money for him, but on his day, and this is the biggest thing with Allan saint-maximin, on his day, like we saw against Manchester City, he is unplayable. Unplayable. Now, we just need to see that more often. We just need to see that more often. And Allan saint-maximin himself would probably say, oh, I'm just sick of getting these little niggles and little injuries, but because of how quick he is and how strong he is and how much he can impact on a game, he is going to get these little niggles. He is going to get these little, injuries, if you like. And it is difficult for him. But when he plays and when he's on form, he's the only player, I would say, when you're at a game, gets you on the edge of your seat. And now we've got a lot of good players at Newcastle right now. We never used to. He was the only one. But I still think he's the only person when he gets the ball at his feet, especially towards that left-hand side, running towards the Gallagher. Like Sam and I interviewed him nearly a year ago now. And you could tell when we asked that question about him driving towards the Gallagher, it meant so much to him. Now, I know there's no sentimental reasons in football, but if you're comparing him to other players that we've been linked to, I don't see it as a massive upgrade. As Harvey Barnes, a massive upgrade on Allan saint-maximin? I don't think so. And this is where I'm take it or leave it with Harvey Barnes. If he comes, I'll be fully supportive of him because I do think he's a good player. But if you're replacing Allan saint-maximin, you want better players. And this is why I was talking about Moussa Diaby the other day on The Last Word when we beat Gateshead on Saturday. If Aston Villa get Moussa Diaby, now that is a statement, but why we aren't getting him? Why can't we get a Moussa Diaby over a Harvey Barnes? Now, I know there's a slight gap in terms of price, but if you pay more money, generally speaking, you get better quality players. Alexander Isak, perfect example, £60 million. Bruno Guimaraes, 45 million pounds. Sandro Tonali, hopefully, will be exactly the same. But I think there are other players potentially that you could sell before Allan saint-maximin in an ideal world. But it's just getting more and more difficult nowadays for Newcastle United because Allan saint-maximin, for me, when you look at just the pure talent, look at the goal last season against Wolves. That is a goal that only really Allan saint-maximin can score, really, if I'm being honest. Right above in the air, on his right foot, right in the bottom corner, perfect. That is Allan saint-maximin in a nutshell. He can score those sort of goals. He can dribble past defenders. Defenders are terrified of him. If you speak to opposition fans from a certain, let's say bottom half teams, maybe 8, 9, 10 onwards, and they see Allan saint-maximin run towards their defence of the ball, thinking, shit, this could be a bit dangerous. But it just really winds me up. It really, really winds me up. This is a player with so much talent, and I think Eddie Howe is sick and tired of answering the question. I think he knows that there's always going to be a lot of speculation for a player like him, but I think even he's sick and tired of asking and answering the questions in regards to Allan saint-maximin. It's just really, really frustrating. If he doesn't play one pre-season game, they'll be like, well, Ali will be after him, another Saudi Arabia team will be after him, Premier League teams will be after him, a French team maybe after him. Just calm it down. Calm it down. If he doesn't, he's not going to play every single pre-season game, but I can just see it in terms of headlines, in terms of Allan saint-maximin won't be a Newcastle United player for much longer. But just sick of it. But yeah, he has to play games. He deserves chances in the Champions League, and as long as he stays fit, I think he will get those opportunities. And could you see Allan saint-maximin light up the Bernabeu, the Allianz, San Siro, those sort of grounds? I can, because I think defences will be terrified of him at times, because he has that talent, he has that quality on the ball. Defensively, I think he has to do more defensively, and then Eddie Howe still wants a little bit more out of him. But that's my only criticism of an Allan saint-maximin. If he stays fit for a whole season, he does get more goals and he does get more assists. A player of his quality should be getting more, but throughout the time that he's been at Newcastle, he's been a good sign for Newcastle and he deserves his opportunity. So no more speculation. He ain't leaving. He ain't leaving. Don't believe everything that you read. Anyway, this is just me with a little mini rant, if you like, in regards to Allan saint-maximin. Do you want to see Allan saint-maximin in the Champions League with Newcastle next season? Or do you think it's time that we do, Sam? Because I don't think we should. I really don't think we should. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Anyway, we're at Rangers tomorrow, mate, and Lee, for Rangers versus Newcastle United in the Allan McGregor testimonial. And it should be a good game. Should be a good game. Should be a good atmosphere. And it doesn't matter if we win or lose, does it really? Should be a nice day out in Ibrox. See you later.